You know, in my mind works real fast.
Yeah.
The Pit Boy, hold on, hotel,
Yeah,
wait,
yeah,
food studio,
yeah.
all that. You're coming here to record an album, and you're bringing two pit bull puppies.
Yeah.
And you want them to ride across country in the back of my brand new Sprinter with two pit bull puppies coming to a hotel that don't even allow animals.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna be in the studio all fucking day, every day.
Standing trial. Why ain't I see you round back when I was down?
What was it like, and how did those dots connect? Because I think there's a lot of question with that, because I know Dave came on the show. He gave his memory of how it happened. First Degree came on the show. He gave a little different memory, but Lynch reached out to me and was like, "Dude, I got to come on the show because it's some that ain't right." But how did that come about, and what was it like having, Brother Lynch on Strange?
It came about because of a song called My World.
Mm-hmm.
We put him on it, and I loved his verse on there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from the West Coast Conference. I mean, he just killed it. It was just like, I was like, this dude is amazing. Because I had listened to Lynch before, but I could only take so much of him eating nuts, guts, butts, and babies. And so,
What's your favorite Lynch album? Got to be Season.
Season is obviously is going to be up there, but I really like the ones we did with him, like Coat Hanger Strangler and a bunch of other shit. Like there's
classic.
There's some definitely some great stuff. So, but that's what gave me a lot of interest in Lynch was that, and then realizing that dude was like, he was stuck in this purgatory of sorts where he had put out these records and things didn't go well and he wasn't supposed to be being paid by them, and he was just like kind of lost or wandering in the mix.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, and that verse, honestly, man, that one verse really made me a fan and said, oh, not everything is nuts, guts, and butts. Like we can actually do some amazing going back to listening to Season of the Sickness. Like that was that he was supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And so, I reached out to him and he came out here. We had a few different interactions and then eventually we was able to navigate and do a deal. I did a 3-album deal with him and I really put a lot into him and his kind of this recreation, or if you would, rebranding of what Lynch was, while still staying 100% true to what he wanted and what he was, but giving him a higher level and a bigger platform.
Right.
And then I put him out on tour with Tech, and we did great things. He didn't always make it the easiest, because I'm always perplexed by people that are super tough, it's like gangster dudes and talk all this crazy shit. But no offense, Lynch, but then won't get their scare on an airplane.
Lynch do not do planes.
He does not do planes at all.
Doesn't do planes.
And so I even worked with that, and I had to send a Sprinter out to pick him up one time.
That's the story that Dave told too.
He tell you what
with the dogs.
Oh my God! They called me and said, "Hey man," so my guy called me, Aaron Bean, and he said, "Hey man, I'm here picking up Lynch." And so and so, I think it was Lynch and his girl, and I think Sealand might have been there or something. And then and two pit bull puppies.
Yeah.
and in my mind works real fast.
Yeah.
The pit boy, hold on, hotel,
wait,
food studio, all that. Well, you're coming here to record an album, and you're bringing two pit bull puppies.
Yeah.
And you want them to ride across country in the back of my brand new Sprinter with two pit bull puppies coming to a hotel that don't even allow animals.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be in the studio all day, every day. Why are you bringing the puppies?
I believe those are probably his service animals, emotional support.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he probably, he needed some emotional support after I said what I said, because I lost my.
Yeah, that's what Dave said.
I'm like, you got me up. I'm like, Dave, what the is going on? Like, he's like, yeah, man, he's got some puppies. I'm like, and why the are the puppies coming into this? And I'm like, I finally said, handle this.
Yeah.
Like, I just told Dave, like, bro, like, I don't want to hear if a pup, nope. And I had to change hotels, all this other. Man, but yeah, he brought some puppies.
So so dealing with, Lynch is a very eclectic person. You know, he's a very. So was it hard to get him to produce? Was it hard dealing with him as an artist?
When we did those 3 albums, couldn't have been better. Okay. Honestly, man, like me and Lynch have a very unique relationship. Me and him get along better than him and I think anybody else here. I just kind of get him.
Yeah.
I kind of understand him. I understand his quirks. I understand his fears. I understand his past. I understand the psychology of Brother Lynch. And I did really well with Brother Lynch. The only thing that came in toward the end of relationship was who he chose as a partner. And I think then married his wife.
Yes.
That was a very toxic situation. She made life very difficult toward the end of our relationship for no good reason.
Yeah.
And so, and I expressed that to Kevin. I'm like, man, like, why is she calling me? Why is this happening? What is going on? What do you mean you can't show up because of this? Like, things like that begin to happen. And I realized, like, you know, who we choose in life is critically important.
Absolutely.
It's probably the most important
It can make
thing.
or break your situation.
Well, and it broke his. But I even just the other day, Lynch is DMing me like, hey man, you know the logo you made me? I would love one of those in like diamonds. I'm like, huh? Like the
hint, he trying to get an early Christmas present.
And then people like, you know, they would call me when they wanted to do business with Lynch to get my permission.
Yeah.
I'm like, absolutely, go ahead, man, do your thing. Like, you know, I wish nothing but the best for Lynch.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's still with Lauren or not. Like, I don't really know.
Yeah.
But she was a lot to deal with. Anytime you got your wife getting beat up by other rappers, male rappers, like, you notice there's some going wrong here.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she around and caught a 3-piece one night at a club, like a grown man beating his like, what the fuck did you do? Like, what's going on? Like, I don't
mean to laugh at that. I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at how you said it.
Well, I have a tendency, but at the end of the day, I don't believe a man should ever strike a woman.
Absolutely.
But if you aren't presenting yourself as a woman, maybe that's the result. I don't know.
Right.